Hey YouTube, thought I'd do another video. Today we've got the Smith & Wesson M&P 1522. I really like this one. It's got a little bit different style of camo pattern on it than I'd seen before. It's kind of neat and unusual. Kind of a black and tan, maybe a little splash of silver in there, gray or something. But really fun rifle. 22 long rifle. It's got the metal front sight and backup sight with the adjustable aperture on top for long range close up. It's adjustable for your windage elevation. It's removable and fairly quick. Just spin those off and loosen it up, pop them right off if you want to mount an optic, red dot, scope, whatever. Really nice little gun, extendable, collapsible buttstock. It's got the pistol grip. These retail probably around $430 or so, just depending on where you live. You can get them cheaper probably if you really shop around. You get the standard black M&P 1522. They're just under $400, around $380, $390, depending on your area. Some of the Magpul versions are a little more expensive. They get up into about $500 range and higher. It's all just kind of personal preference of what you want and what you want it to look like. But I like this one and did a little trade and traded a gun off and got this one. I put a Ford assist grip on the front and had an old sling strap I put on just to make it kind of easy to carry. And really fun, accurate little shooter. I didn't have to adjust the sights. I probably should adjust this front sight and drop it down just a little bit, but other than that, it's a lot of fun, accurate. And one of the best features that I like on it, to me, was taking it apart and how you clean this thing. It is just like an AR-15. You know, you pop your pins, flip up your upper, pull out the insides of the gun and your bolt, and clean around there, and run your rod through for your barrel. It stays a lot cleaner than any 22 that I've ever shot. I was really impressed at how clean it stays. Most of the 22s that I've had are dirty. The little cheap 22 rounds that you get can be very dirty shooting little rounds, but this one wasn't. It didn't matter what I put in it. Now the book, and I've talked to a few people that owned them, and they've had some issues with certain rounds of ammunition. I haven't had any so far. It's got a list here in the book, if I can find it, of what they recommend on ammo. But I've shot standard velocity CCIs. I've shot Federal high velocity. They're like 1,280 feet per second. The standard velocity was like 1,100 feet per second, something like that, or 12. I've shot some other target match ammo and haven't had any problems with it cycling or shooting. It's been pretty neat as far as that goes. I thought I would probably end up having to sell some of my 22 ammo just so I could go back and buy something that would cycle in the gun, but I didn't so far. So I wish I could find that. I should have marked this before I started my video, but anyway, the book recommends different brands and types. There it is. Through our testing, Smith & Wesson has also found that there are several brands and types of 22 long rifle ammunition that do not perform consistently or reliably. Consequently, Smith & Wesson does not recommend that the following brands or types of 22 long rifle ammunition be used in your M&P 1522 rifle. Remington Golden Bullet, Remington Target 22, and all subsonic brands and types. Remington Thunderbolt, Winchester Wildcat. I know that the Remington Golden Bullet work. I'm not sure what they were using when they did their test, but I know mine does. The Federal High Velocity, the Standard Velocity CCIs, the High Velocity CCIs, and I'm forgetting another brand, but I haven't had any of the issues that I'm using. So it just gives you kind of an idea, just to make sure and watch what you buy before you start shooting it. Make sure you got some good ammo. But a little expensive, like I say, for a 22, but it's loads and loads of fun. I mean, I think you can get many years of service out of these. I mean, it is a polymer frame. It's not plastic, it's a polymer. I think it's probably similar to what their M&P handguns are, and a polymer upper. At first I thought it might have been aluminum, but it's not. It's a polymer. This is all polymer, but it's lightweight, just a few pounds. I mean, I haven't looked at how much it weighs, but you might be looking at 5, maybe 6 pounds overall. Has a charge handle, just like an AR-15. Still have your fire and safe selector. It's not ambidextrous on this model and a magazine release. And then you also have a forward assist, or not forward assist, but a bolt release on that side, just like an AR-15. They're very handy if you're training with a AR-15 and you want something a little more easy on you and less expensive to shoot. They'd be great for that, because all the controls and features are just like an AR-15 or M4. So that could be an option for you. You can change out the stock here itself, but this back buffer tube, the fake buffer tube here, is part of the upper, or actually the lower, I should say. So you can't change your buffer tube out, the stock part, but you can change the butt stock piece if you don't like this style and want a Magpul or some other brand or style. You could change that out. It's kind of different on the disassembly. I've seen some different videos on YouTube on how to disassemble them completely and remove the barrel. Don't think I want to get into that. I think I'd let somebody else way more knowledgeable and skilled than I do that for me. But a little bit of stiff on the trigger. It's not bad considering it's a 22. I haven't looked into upgrades or anything. You probably can. I mean, it looks like a standard style trigger setup, like an AR-15 M4. Like I said, it's a little pricey, but I mean, most people, I mean, I've had a 22 for years, and I'm going to show you what you can get for your money. This is just like a little side-by-side comparison. This is old Marlin. It's got like maybe a 4-power Weaver, cheap Weaver scope on it. It was on it when I bought it. It was in really good shape, and I've taken care of it. I think it holds like 18 rounds. magazine tube there. But good shooting little gun. You just can't get them apart. It's a little difficult to clean them and get them apart. This one, it shoots dirty. It tends to trap all your trash and debris down inside there, and makes it kind of hard. But it will do a failure to feed after a little while. After you start shooting it, it gets too dirty inside. But I mean, for $80, picked it up at a gun show a few years ago. I was getting ready to walk out the door, and it was $80. So I was like, hey, $80, you know. And they're not all that expensive brand new. I mean, Walmart, I think they've gone up now, but at that time, I think you could probably get one for $120 brand new at Walmart. I think they're more like 150, 160, 180 now. But you know, a big comparison as far as, you know, a Marlin 60 series. I think this is model 60. Standard 22 rifle. It's not the Ruger 1022, which is so famous and notorious and has such a cult following. But I mean, that's a low end and a high end in these two. I mean, that's the low end. This is the high end. I mean, this is top excuse me, top tier 22. But as far as shooting and reliability, I'd much rather go with the Smith & Wesson. First Smith & Wesson I guess I've ever owned. Never owned any of their pistols or guns of any kind, I guess. But so far, I really like this little M&P 22. Fun shooter, and plan on having it a long time. So if you're in the market for a 22, I mean, this is a big jump in, I guess, I almost say quality. In a lot of ways, yes, in quality, but in price. I mean, you're going from the bottom of the barrel to the top of the barrel. I mean, the only thing that I've seen that is comparable to this, and it just depends on who you talk to. One person may say this is better. The other person's going to say the Ruger 1022 is better. It's just personal preference. I like the Ruger 1022. Don't get me wrong. Very good gun. I almost bought one, but then I decided to go with this. Yes, you can get a Ruger 1022 cheaper, and it wasn't about the price. It was what I wanted, and the reliability and everything. And I know they're very reliable guns, and the Ruger is too. But it was just what I decided that I wanted versus what the next person wants. And I've had this one many years on the Marlin, and it's fun to shoot. You just can't plink it all day long and not have a failure to feed and get dirty and have to clean it out and spray some lube in there and start shooting again. But I've ran, I know at least 100 or so rounds through the Smith & Wesson, and nothing. It's just barely got a little dirt inside, or I say dirt, a little bit of black and buildup. Very clean. I really blew my mind how clean it does shoot. So just thought I'd show you some of the features and show you the gun if you're in the market for a 22 long rifle. So for Gunflash 68, have a good day and be safe.